Welcome to Witch Weekly, your weekly dose of all things Harry Potter and Potter related. I am one of your hosts, the beautiful and amazing, lovely, smart, intelligent, and brave Mel B, and I am joined by Marissa.
Wow. You had a lot to say about yourself.
I should treat myself. And it's all about me this week.
Apparently. That's what I'm being told.
Because we're talking about Gryffindor.
Is that you doing a drum roll? I heard something in the background. It sounded like a drum roll. I wasn't sure.
Yes. And, not that anyone can see, but I've also got my left arm extended out, and my right arm is my hand is parallel to my cheek, and I'm doing like a pose pointing up to the sky.
Okay. If you say so, Mel. You do you, boo.
I should put my arms down.
You should.
I will do me. Because I'm attractive.
Alright then. So yeah, we're talking about Gryffindors, guys. This is what this is going to be about.
Yes. The House of the Brave, the Bold, the Courageous. The everything cool house.
It's the good guy house.
It's the good guy house, exactly.
House Protagonist is basically what it comes down to.
Yes, and I accept that. I am a protagonist. Which is, hey, at least my Hogwarts crest, my house crest is correctly merchandised.
Excuse you. I'm very mad about it. Don't rub my face in this whole thing. In case anybody's wondering, I'm a Ravenclaw and we get screwed every time. We get wrong colors and wrong animal, okay? Not okay with it.
It's an eagle, not a raven.
And it's supposed to be blue and bronze, not blue and silver. But let's not talk about... We can give Ravenclaws their due next season sometime. We deserve it.
Anyways, so let us begin with a question.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your favourite Gryffindor?
It's McGonagall.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's just the most badass ever. Close runner-up, though, was Molly Weasley. Not gonna lie to you. Because she killed Bellatrix.
Yes.
But McGonagall is just, she has sass, and she's smart, and she takes control, and just everything. Yep. She's all the things I want to be when I grow up.
Pretty much. I have to agree, my favourite is also McGonagall.
Woo!
She's just everything.
Mm-hmm.
She is, smart. She's brave. She don't take no shit from no one.
Nope.
And she's just a general bamf.
Pretty much. I would say that.
Well, that was easy. So the Gryffindor house was named after the founder, Godric Gryffindor, and he decided that it will, as we've already said, be filled with protagonists.
Yes, always the good guys.
The brave and the courageous.
Mm-hmm.
I always find it actually odd that they don't also have loyalty as one of their things. Like, obviously that's Hufflepuff has loyalty, but
That's something that I always found strange as well.
Yeah, because usually that, with a protagonist, it goes hand in hand with brave. It's like brave, courageous, loyal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so House Protagonist was founded by Godric Gryffindor. Their symbol is a lion. Rawr. Where's my little lion? Ozara. Meow.
Doesn't come off the same way.
Oh, she came running. She's come running. Hello, Zara. Come on, come here.
Everyone, Mel has a cat, which she loves dearly.
Yes, it's my baby. Get up. Come on the bed.
She's a rescue, so we're always sponsored by rescuing animals. That's basically what we've decided.
Yes. Yeah, she's not getting on the bed. She's just staring at me like, what?
You were trying to talk cat, and now you're not.
Meow. Nah, she's just staring at me.
Anywho.
And their colours are red, well, crimson and gold.
Mm-hmm.
Needs to be more crimson. She's walking away from me now. It's like, oh, you don't have anything to offer.
Jesus.
Yeah, crimson and gold.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, of course, the house of Harry James Potter. The
Who?
whole reason we know about the Wizarding World.
Do you say so?
House Protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
So Gryffindor has seen some rather noteworthy characters go through its doors, including Lillian James Potter, McGonagall, Albus Dumbledore. I wonder if Aberforth was also a Gryffindor.
I don't think we know.
We know.
I will look it up, but go ahead and keep talking about who else is in Gryffindor.
And we've got our beloved Hermione Granger.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have like every single Weasley ever.
All of them. It's all good.
All the time.
All we have is that he was possibly in Gryffindor. We don't have confirmation on Aberforth.
Yep. Okay, that's fair. So, yes. We also have Sir Nicholas de Mimsy
Porpington?
Far out. No, it's not Porpington, it's Pompsidor or something. Oh no, Porpington, you were right. Never mind.
Yeah, Porpington. Mimsy Porpington.
Porpington. There we go. So, you know, it's a house of some very notable characters.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, the most important and the most glorious one to ever pass through Hogwarts House.
Yes?
Me.
Ah, You are way into yourself, Mel. I mean,
No.
when I first took the Pottermore sorting quiz many, many moons ago when it was first a thing, I was sorted into Gryffindor. I don't like to talk about it, but it did happen.
I was going to say, what, that wasn't good enough for you?
No, because when they redid the site, I had to take the sorting quiz again and got my Ravenclaw, so...
And you feel that's more accurate?
Yes.
You don't want to be in the same house as me.
Pretty much. It's basically, I was like, I'm going to have a friend in the future that I'm going to do a podcast with, and I cannot be in the same house as her. That's basically what happened.
Definitely not. So, on Pottermore, what we know about Gryffindor. This is from my quiz, actually, which, can I say, I love that the writing of the quiz, the result, has, like, lion fur behind it. I think it's meant to be lion fur. It's fur, that's for sure.
It's kind of cool.
Yep. There we go. I actually thought it was going to say more about the house. It doesn't. It just says, you probably know that some Gryffindors' most renowned members include...
You might know this.
But did you know the sword of Gryffindor was made 1,000 years ago by goblins? Or that the head of the house, Minerva McGonagall's hobbies include correcting articles in Transfiguration Today and supporting the Montrose Magpies.
Really? Interesting.
Yes. Oh, here we go. Found the Explore the Traits. That's what I was after. Gryffindor wins the Quidditch Cup.
Always.
Godric Gryffindor always win only since the third year.
Well, yes.
Godric Gryffindor has the art done for him on Pottermore. He's very majestic. He looks like a lion.
I mean, maybe that's why he chose a lion. I've heard the theory that the animals for the house crest is the animagus form of each of the founders.
Yeah. Anyway, since Pottermore is not as in-depth as I was hoping, I will just talk more about Gryffindor from what I know and how awesome it is.
Okay.
So, in Gryffindor we get loads of different personalities, which is expected. Like one of the things that I believe with the sorting is it's not just what they exhibit, but it's also what the student values, which is actually why I think Peter Pettigrew was in Gryffindor.
Yeah.
He valued and admired strong and brave people. He wasn't one, but he so strongly admired them.
This is true.
And he had the potential to exhibit those traits himself.
Mm-hmm.
However, unfortunately, he reverted to being a coward and betrayed his friends.
He's the worst person. Understood.
The worst person.
Mm-hmm.
So, the reputation of Gryffindors is that they are courageous, obviously, like they've got their traits, daring, chivalrous, they've got nerve.
Foolhardy is what I like to call them.
Yep. They did, during Harry Potter's years, have a somewhat reputation of receiving favoritism because of Harry Potter.
I would say so.
Look, it's not our fault that we had this brave, kick-ass kid in our house who deserved praise and note and...
Oh yeah, he just broke all the rules and got, rewarded for it. No big deal.
He saved the school repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are a few rules compared to that?
Spoken like a true Gryffindor, Mel.
And overall, Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff side with Gryffindor.
I'm not saying I wouldn't side with you in a fight. I'm just saying that you guys got a bunch of points for breaking a whole bunch of rules. That's all I'm saying.
No, we got a bunch of points for saving the school.
Was the school really in danger when Quirrell was trying to steal the Sorcerer's Stone? I think the only thing that was in trouble was the wider Wizarding World. Let's be real.
Well, the Hogwarts would be affected, as we see in the 7th book when Voldemort took over.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but you guys broke a bunch of rules and got a bunch of points and won the House Cup because of that. That's all I'm saying.
We saved the school.
Okay. Alright.
Okay. First year. Saved the school from Voldemort getting the Philosopher's Stone and taking over the Wizarding World. Year 2. Stopped the Basilisk and saved Ginny Weasley.
Mm-hmm.
Year 3. Saved friggin' Buckbeak and Sirius.
Mm-hmm.
Year 4. Confronted Voldemort again. Year 5. Fucked up. Oh, that was a major. Anyways, year 6 helped Dumbledore find Hawk. Well, no, we found a fake Horcrux, but we helped Dumbledore, and yeah, that was pretty sad. Year 7 saved the entire Wizarding World.
Well, year 7 you weren't in school, so you didn't get points for helping to save the school. But I understand where you're coming from. I'm just saying it must have been hard for students of other houses to be like, yeah, Gryffindor's probably going to win because Harry Potter's going to break a bunch of rules and save us and then win the House Cup, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Shh.
I understand.
Anyways, now you've driven it from my head. What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Oh, I'm distressed. What was I gonna say?
I don't know. I cannot help you.
Well, I will just skip then to the fact that I keep forgetting he's a Gryffindor, but Sir Cadogan was a Gryffindor.
Was he?
He does... Yes.
Uh-huh. And
the reason I want to bring him up is he does show that what can happen when you go to the extreme. he was brave to the extreme. As we know, courage and bravery are different because bravery often doesn't involve thinking about the consequences of your actions and doing something stupid. So that was the story of Sir Cadogan. He wanted to slay a dragon, and when he first went to fight it, it killed his horse. But he was not to be deterred. He got a pony and rode it at the dragon, and they both died.
All sad.
Yep. He did defeat it, though.
Oh, good.
But it killed him, too.
Oh, darn.
And that's why in his portrait he has the pony. It's depicting his defeat of the Wyvern of Wye. So it wasn't a dragon, it was a wyvern.
Gotcha.
Which is like a dragon.
What? No way.
Oh, it's just like, do we have to be so pedantic? Anyways, that's why in his portrait he's portrayed with the angry pony.
Gotcha. Understood.
Running away from him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's one of my favourite Gryffindors. Even though I forget he's a Gryffindor constantly, I'm like, oh yeah.
I never heard that he was a Gryffindor, so I have learned something today.
He was also a Knight of the Round Table, but he was written out of the stories because of his stupid amount of bravery.
Oh, well, that's no good. I'm sad that he was taken out.
I know, it's like, I would have loved to know the, yeah. But he was included in the Wizarding versions.
Oh, good. It's always a good thing.
Yes. Oh my god, that's such a funny picture. Somebody's drawn a, picture of him running away, and there's his pony in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Oh, wow, sorry. I've ended up on the wiki, and there are some really cool artworks people have done of him.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'll go back to talking about Hogwarts and Gryffindor, and not Sir Cadogan.
Okay. I've heard it's pronounced Cadogan, by the way.
I think you might be right.
Not important.
Cadogan? Yeah. Cadogan. Anyway, sorry, I'm easily distracted this morning.
Seems so.
Another very noteworthy Gryffindor that should be mentioned is the Sirius Black, the only member of the Black family to not be sorted into Slytherin.
Very true.
So he didn't want to be like his family. When we see him in flashback on the train to Hogwarts, he pretty much was like, my whole family's in Slytherin, but I'm going to be different.
Yeah, he was like, maybe I'll, because they were talking in Snape's memory, like, I want to be in Gryffindor like my dad. James Potter said that, and he goes, what about you? And Sirius is like, my whole family's been in Slytherin, but maybe I'll break the tradition.
That's cute. Behind the scenes. Sorry. Let's finish talking about Sirius, and then I'll... So, yeah. And he shows loads of qualities of a Gryffindor. He's brave and courageous. He has that problem with the bravery to the point of idiocy and recklessness, where, like, it's especially bad in the 5th book, where he's essentially locked up again, and he wants to get out, and he's like, oh, I'll just go as a dog to Hogsmeade, and Harry tells him not to because they're sure that Lucius had recognised him, and he goes, well, you're not like your father. Your father would have thought it was a brilliant idea.
I don't like when he, like, throws James stuff in his face. I don't like that at all. It's no good.
No, it's not. But he does show that, you know, bravery to the point of...
Foolhardiness.
The word. Foolhardiness, yes. Are there any Gryffindors you would like to bring up?
Well, there are plenty I'd like to bring up, but if we have to talk about one in particular, I think that we should talk about Neville Longbottom.
Yes, he's awesome. I'm glad you brought him up.
Really?
Did you want to start?
Well, I just feel like Neville from the get-go he starts out not being very brave at all. He's kind of bumbling, and people kind of make fun of him because he's forgetful and he doesn't stand up for himself like a lot of the Gryffindors are showed to. But we get an explanation for that down the road. We don't find out until the 4th book that his parents were tortured into insanity, and that's why he grew up being raised by his grandma. And
Yes.
I think having parents that can't even recognize you is going to kind of hit your confidence a little bit.
Yeah, and by the sounds of things, like, he was a late bloomer, and his family weren't very accepting of that. You hear, like, his uncle was dangling him off a window and dropped him when his aunt offered a biscuit or something.
Yeah, they were trying to scare him into producing magic for a long time. Like, he said he almost drowned when his uncle threw him off a pier.
Yeah.
But he finally showed the magic when he got dropped out of the window and bounced all the way down to the street or what have you.
Yeah. Yep. And it's just like, that's just mean. And he's also, for a long time, his grandmother just holds him up against her son, his father. And that's got to do a number on you.
Yeah, I feel bad for the kid. Like, people feel bad for Harry, and it's even said in the books, like, even Harry said, people feel bad for me, but I feel like Neville has it worse.
Yeah.
You know?
But Neville finds his strength starting in book 1, he stands up to the trio.
Yeah.
And it's that whole, it takes a lot of courage standing up to your enemies, but even more to stand up to your friends.
Of course.
But yeah, and he just keeps building, and the 5th book's where he really starts to find himself through the DA. He's given confidence and, you know, tuition, and he goes with Harry to the Ministry to save Sirius.
Yep. And I always think this is weird in general when people inherit wands from other people. Because he inherited he was given his dad's wand.
Yes.
I think that's a lot of the reason he had so much trouble in school to begin with, because it wasn't a wand that chose him.
Exactly. I totally agreed, and I've always thought that. Yeah, having somebody else's wand. And that was the same with Ron, I think. His first wand was a hand-me-down.
From Charlie, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, really? Just give them their own wand. Because that's the other thing. That's not letting him be himself.
Right.
You're making him live in the shadow of his father again.
Pretty much.
So yeah, and then by the time we get to the 7th book, Neville is a Banff.
Yeah. He takes after McGonagall in that respect.
Yeah, he's been, like, leading the rebellion within Hogwarts. Him and all his crew are hiding out in the Room of Requirement. And
he stands up to the Carrows and is basically like, I'm not gonna let you push me around.
Yes, and he kills Nagini.
Yeah.
He destroys the Horcrux.
He cuts off Nagini's head with the Sword of Gryffindor. Like, that's pretty cool.
That's a true Gryffindor.
Yeah.
So that's
Very
why I
good.
also belong in Gryffindor. Swords.
You like swords, so I've heard.
Yes, I love swords. So yes, that's another reason I'm a Gryffindor. But yeah, I think he's definitely one of the best examples of a Gryffindor in the books.
The only thing I can't get down with is the fact that he has a toad for a pet.
They were really in fashion once.
Really? I don't see toads
That's what
being
they
in
said.
fashion ever. But that's just me.
It's the Wizarding World.
Yeah, but then So he does all this awesome stuff, and then he goes on to be the herbology professor at Hogwarts, which is pretty cool.
Yes. I wonder if he became head of Gryffindor.
I don't know.
Because McGonagall became headmistress.
Yeah. But I'm not sure if, since we don't talk about the play that shall not be named, I don't know if she would have been headmistress that long. Because it even said in interviews, J.K. Rowling was like, well, she wouldn't have been headmistress. She was getting a little on in years at that point. I'm just saying.
I thought she was headmistress.
Well, in the play
I always
that shall
thought
not be
she
named,
was. No, without the play that shall not be named, I always thought she was.
Well, she was deputy headmistress before Snape became a headmaster, so I'm not sure if she still held that post or what. I'm sure she did for a few years, but I don't know if she stayed there until, Harry Potter's kids went. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you've seen the meme where it's like, when Ginny and Harry married, McGonagall put in her calendar her retirement date.
Yeah, when they had kids, they put in
That's
they would come to Hogwarts and then retired that same day.
Yep.
Well, because the Weasley and the Potter bloodlines converging, it's never going to work out well for anybody.
I'm sure it worked out fine for the Potters and the Weasleys.
Mm-hmm.
They, have their own Quidditch teams.
Oh, yeah. A couple of them.
Anyways, so I've dived onto the Harry Potter wiki because it always has some fun facts that we can look at. So J.K. Rowling was once asked in an interview into which house would she sort British politician and former Prime Minister Gordon Brown. So this is for our English listeners and those of us who actually know international relations. And she jokingly responded that she would sort him into Gryffindor because the red colours of his political party matched with Gryffindor. And Rowling was sorted into Gryffindor on the original Pottermore. I believe she then got sorted into Hufflepuff.
That's what I heard.
Yep.
I heard that Tom Felton actually got sorted into Gryffindor when he took the quiz.
There's a list of the actors who were sorted, who were put in Gryffindor. So Gryffindors seem to have a gift in Transfiguration, as we see many examples. Mm-hmm. Albus and McGonagall were both professors in Transfiguration. Also, James, Sirius, Peter, Minerva were all animagi. Mm-hmm. And Hermione and James Potter were also noted as being very good at Transfiguration. We note that Neville was an exception to this rule, as Transfiguration was actually one of his worst subjects.
Yeah, he didn't get the required owl to go into Newt level. We get only the little thing about James's proficiency in Transfiguration from the first book when Harry goes in to buy his wand from Ollivander, and Ollivander said, your father always he always favored a mahogany wand, very good for Transfiguration.
Yep, while his mother was good at charms. Yep.
I think it was a willow wand? Not sure, though.
I can't remember. So, actors and actresses who are in Gryffindor, we've got Ivana Lynch, so Luna. Sorry,
she just apparently... I always thought she was a perfect Ravenclaw, but then she gets, sorted into Gryffindor. It's fine. No big deal.
She's a protagonist.
Protagonist house for the win.
So Bonnie Wright, who played Ginny. Mm-hmm. And also Tom Felton.
Yeah.
Did you remember when Tom Felton came out on Twitter about it?
Yeah.
And Rowling said, I could have told you that.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So, yeah. So there's some Gryffindors. And there's also the entomology. I'm going to go into entomology and things of note about Gryffindor in a second after I just saw this awesome fact.
Oh, by the way, yes, Lily Evans, then married Lily Potter, liked a wand made of willow. Just
There you
so.
go. We like Willow.
Go ahead.
So the Sorting Hat considered placing Phileas Flitwick into Gryffindor, but
I've heard
chose
that.
Ravenclaw.
And
Having said that, I
else-
think McGonagall was considered for Ravenclaw, but
Yeah.
put in.
I've heard the story that they often joked that they would be in each other's shoes if they had been placed in the opposite house.
Yeah. So with Gryffindor, the colours of the emblem for Gryffindor resemble the historical English coat of arms, but it's unknown whether Rowling was conscious of this when she created it. So Gryffindor's etymology, it could possibly be derived from the griffin, which is of course a creature with the body of a lion and the head of an eagle. In Old English and Old High German, door means gate or door. In French, dior means of gold, one of Gryffindor's house colours, though it can also come from the Greek dora, meaning gift. The combination can be assumed golden gift of the lion.
Ooh, that's kind of interesting.
Griff is the French word for claw, which could refer to the claw of the lion. So there you go. Gryffindor could further be explained by heraldry, where Griffin, Gryffin, could then stand for the Griffin beast, and the door would refer to the metal, so gold. So, yeah, golden lion, or golden beast. Gryffindor is also a pun on the golden griffin, which is a lion that only had its eagle wings. So it has the head and front paws of a lion and the golden fur and feathers. Even the French for Gryffindor is French homophone, not homophobe, homophone.
Boy.
I think that's how you say it, for the actual beast, Gryffindor. So there you go.
It's all very
There's a little
interesting.
bit of heraldry and entomology for you.
We all know that Mel loves her entomology.
I do. I love knowing where words came from. And
If you want to hear more about
I-
Mel reading entomology, go back to our 2-part Sacred 28 podcasts, because she did lots of entomology then.
Oh, it was good. I once upon a time, back when I was a deep, deep nerd, I could have also described to you how the Gryffindor heraldry would be described in heraldry, but I can no longer do that. I'm like, it's a lion and it's something on a field of...
You poor thing.
Once upon a time. So, just one last thing I want to brush on, which can really be applied to any house. Actually, do we want to talk about Gryffindor Common Room?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's.
So, it's obviously in a tower. It's on the 7th floor and guarded by the fat lady, who is always wearing pink and likes to get drunk.
This is true.
Within the Gryffindor Tower, there is a common room, and then there's stairs leading up to the boys' dormitory and another set of stairs leading up to the girls. It should be noted that while girls can go up into the boys' dormitory, boys cannot go into the girls, because it was believed that boys were less trustworthy.
Yes. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but it is an old-fashioned way of thinking. Girls are just as likely to do bad things as boys are.
The look of the common room pretty much stays the same throughout the movie. But who knows, it seems it's bigger.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that Hogwarts expands with how many kids are there.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. And there is the whole theory that there are more kids coming in because Harry's generation were born in war.
Yes.
So obviously less kids were being born. But then the kids following him were born after Voldemort was defeated. So it suffice to say, people started having more kids.
Yeah,
so it was safe again.
Yes, just a slight comment on that. I've seen a brief thing, maybe it was from Tumblr, that, you know, the Hogwarts houses were being filled up again, and then there's this one class that when they're getting sorted is very small, and they understand that that's the class that came from the wartime as well. And it kind of just hits feels. Yeah. So. But yes, anyway.
So, but yes, Gryffindor common room is quite comfortable looking with those big red chairs and a fireplace.
I love the way they describe the chairs as being squashy. I always like that word.
Yes.
Squashy armchairs.
See, it's funny because I have this image in my head of Ravenclaw's common room being the other tower common room, and I always imagine it like it's always nighttime when I imagine Ravenclaw common room, but like not deep dark night, like a light blue night, like a misty blue night, and that they've got like big open archway windows with light greyish blue curtains that blow in, and it's all big and airy. That's how I was imagining.
That's the way it's described in the books, that it was very airy, and the only time we ever see it in the books is at nighttime. So I can see where you get that from.
The image, yeah. Well, then I imagine Gryffindor obviously being very red and bronzed and orange with the firelight and warm and snuggly. So, yeah.
Mel likes to snuggle, guys, just so you're aware.
I'm a snuggle monster, and my cat won't snuggle with me at the moment. She's off doing cat things, whatever those cat things are.
Oh, well, Mel, when I'm over there, if you want to snuggle, I will snuggle with you.
Oh, we could, like, snuggle and watch TV.
Yeah, it would be great.
Yeah.
Besties forever, guys.
Besties forever.
Anywho.
Yes.
Moving on.
Sorry, yes, the last thing I want to bring up was... it can apply to pretty much, oh, that's brilliant. Sorry, I keep scrolling up and down this. And it says, according to Phineas Nigellus Black, members of other houses, particularly Slytherin, sometimes feel that Gryffindors engage in pointless heroics.
Yeah. It's true. Foolhardy. I already told you that.
Another Slytherin, Severus Snape, considered many Gryffindors to be self-righteous and arrogant with no regard for the rules. You were making that point.
Yeah. He's not wrong.
He's not right either.
No, they broke the rules. Okay, you can make the argument that they did it for the greater good to save everybody, but they still broke the rules. They had no regard for people trying to keep them safe.
Rules were meant to be broken.
Whatever, Mel.
Anyways, so, I'm going to say it now. It can apply to any house, but the whole family's running through the same houses, and we know that the Weasleys are pretty much only in Gryffindor.
Yes.
Like, it would be unimaginable for a Weasley to end up in a different house.
Yes.
And the thing is, though, I actually was struggling to see how Percy was a Gryffindor for a long time.
He's a Slytherin.
No.
That's just what he is. He's a Slytherin. He's way ambitious.
Just because you can be ambitious and not be a Slytherin if your other traits are stronger.
I don't think his other traits were stronger.
Well, I was about to make the argument for it that I finally have seen why he's a Gryffindor. Finally.
You said finally like with a southern accent, that's all.
Look, now and then, other accents just slip in. Now and then I sound British.
I understand.
Sometimes I sound Italian.
Okay.
Sometimes I sound Indian.
It was just funny to me, that's all.
Anywho,
go ahead.
In the 7th book, when he comes back and apologizes to his family, that's when I saw it.
Okay, so the one time he exhibited bravery over everything else?
Being a hero, people think it's a constant thing. Wake up, a hero. Brush your teeth, a hero. dress a hero, but it's like 4 or 5 moments.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me you know where I stole it.
What? You stole that from something? I didn't get that. Sorry.
But yeah, so, and I think that was showing because he's ambitious, but so is Hermione.
Yes.
He's smart,
but
and
he
so
doesn't
is Hermione.
put ambition over everything else. He puts his ambition in the Ministry over his own family.
He's also a young man.
Hermione would never do that.
No, but he was also a young man who wanted to make something of himself, and...
So that means his ambition is more important than his family.
Yes, but family's not a quality of Gryffindor. But when he comes back, he admits that he was wrong, he apologizes, and that's showing his true self. Like, it took him time to find his way back. But he found his way back, and that's what makes him a Gryffindor.
Okay, you can argue that. I just see him more as a Slytherin because of how ambitious he was. I think that ambition was his number one trait. I'm not saying that it doesn't take courage to admit when you were wrong and to apologize. I just think that his ambition was a bigger part of him than we saw courage and bravery being. That's all.
But he gave it up to come and fight with his family and rejoin with them.
At the last
he probably didn't
second.
give it up. But still, it happened. People aren't perfect.
I didn't say they had to be. I'm playing devil's advocate here, ma'am.
My cat's playing with my pen. It's very cute.
See, this is the way that you guys get Mel to stop being mad at you. Just wait until her cat does something cute. That's all you have to do. It'll happen.
Pretty much. And it's such an adorable cat. Rescue kitties, guys. I'm not a crazy cat lady, I swear.
Just one. She only has one right now.
There'll only ever be one. She's a diva and won't share.
I understand. Anywho.
Anything else you want to mention about the most glorious House of Gryffindor?
I'm not sure I agree with the best and most glorious house, but it does get a lot of good guys in there.
We are glorious.
Are you saying Bobby Roode would be in Gryffindor? Is that what you're telling me?
Bobby Roode is totally a Gryffindor.
Mel, we should totally sort some wrestlers sometime for an episode.
Yes, we will. We will do.
We can have Josh and Kevin on, because Kevin is reading the books for the first time. He bought them.
Kevin didn't read Harry Potter.
He read the first 3 and the beginning of the 4th. Watched all the movies, but now he's going back and reading all of them because he wants his Harry Potter knowledge to impress me. And I was like, that's unlikely.
But yes, no, we will definitely invite Josh and Kevin on.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. It's gonna be great.
So everybody tune in for season 3 when this will occur.
Yeah.
Anyways, right. Totally. Okay. Random ships.
Yes, let's do it.
I wonder what the stipulation will be.
They have to be Ravenclaws? Is that what it is? No?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Let's not go with that.
Fine, they have to be Gryffindors. I figure that's what your thing's gonna be.
Yep. I've got a Gryffindor picked. Do you have a Gryffindor picked?
Yes, I actually do.
Radio in a 3, 2, 1.
Cormac McLaglen.
Minerva McGonagall. Did you say Cormac?
I did. Cormac McLaglen. Or, what was it? McCormick Johnson?
McCormack Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so, as we all know, McCormack is more brawn than brains. He thinks he's a big shot. So I theorize he doesn't do the best in class.
Mm-hmm.
And so, he gets some detention with McGonagall to do some catch-up.
Mm-hmm. Catch-up he does, I'm sure.
Yeah, and he's like, it's fine, I'm attractive, and I'm just gonna charm this It's a lonely old lady. Slicking back his hair, popping his collar. Strolls up to McGonagall.
Pop his collar. Sorry, it's off.
Strolls up to McGonagall and, starts to try and be charming. And then he realizes something's different. Something's very strange. And he looks down and realizes he's a frog. Because McGonagall's not putting up with that shit.
So I think you're telling me that this is gonna be sunk.
Yeah, let's fire a cannon.
Okay, go for it. There's only one way this was gonna end up. It had to be that way.
Yep, he's a frog.
Understood.
Oh, Kitty, stop being so cute. You're too cute. Sorry, I'm a crazy cat lady, I admit it. She's just so beautiful. I should put pictures of her up on our Facebook.
You really should.
She's just a majestic little lion. Yes, you is. Yes, you is. Don't claw me.
Are you gonna do a what if or something?
I wasn't able to think of a what if. Did you think of a what if?
Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to. Thought this was your thing, Mel. No, I don't have a what if.
It's my thing. I'm just. Thanks, Kat. She just knocked my pen away. What if Flitwick was in Gryffindor?
I don't know. What if? That is a what if. It would probably turn out about the same, except that Flitwick would be Harry's head of house, which could be interesting.
Yeah, I was going to say, the balance of the world would tilt slightly. Me and McGonagall would be in Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
And, I just can't see Flitwick being the BAMF that Harry needs.
I kind of see that, even though he was apparently a dueling champion in his youth. That's kind of BAMF, but I don't know if he would be able to give the appropriate amount of sass to Umbridge, for instance.
Yeah. Oh, he does give Umbridge some sass.
A little bit. I don't know if he'd be able to do it.
She comes to clean his classroom out, and he's like, I'm sorry, I would have done it myself, but I didn't know if I had the proper authorization.
I mean, yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he'd be able to do the whole. I was saying that he has done well in every test set by a competent teacher, which is one of my favorite McGonagall lines ever.
Yep. Have a biscuit, Potter.
The biscuit thing kills me every time I read it. He's like, have a what? A biscuit. Here, have one. Yep. And then he goes to leave, and she goes, have another biscuit. He goes, I don't want one. She goes, I insist. Don't be silly.
Yeah, you will have the damn biscuit.
So he takes one.
Yeah.
Because you don't turn down biscuits from McGonagall, is basically what we come to the conclusion of.
I think Flitwick would have lollies on his desk.
I agree.
Candy.
Yes, I know. You've explained this to me
for
before.
our American listeners. Yeah. As for fan art and media, I encourage people to just go admire Gryffindor. Look at the people and their amazing cosplays. I think, like in Hufflepuff, so when Jess and I did Hufflepuff, we did find, these dorm rooms that you can common rooms you could explore for Hufflepuff, but I'm actually sure where to find a Gryffindor one. But someone should find it for me and give me the link so I can go play, and I'll then add it to the show notes later. I think that brings us to the end of this episode.
I believe you're right.
So if people want to find us, we are on Facebook, MM Podcast Network, Twitter, MMP Network. Our website's mmpodcastnetwork.com, and you can email us, mmpodcastnetwork@gmail.com. If you would like to speak with me personally, I'm on the tweeters, I am M_A_Bickett. Marissa, where can lovely people find you?
They can tweet me at RissaRuth312, and I would just like to ask everybody to please rate and review us on iTunes so that more people can find us and get on the train of listening to Mel talk about her cat for a majority of the episode.
It's just so cute and fluffy, I want to die.
Still never seen that movie.
You should, it's a good movie. Yes, thank you, everybody. And just remember, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if only one remembers to tune in to Witch Weekly.